Hey everyone, welcome back to Transitions with Ramzi and Claudia. I'm Ramzi the Cluj.
And I'm Claudia Lucerna. Glad you're here with us. So, today we're diving into those hard, sometimes painful lessons business owners only learn after it's too late, which, not gonna lie, is a little bittersweet for us because we just want folks to avoid these traps.
Yeah, if you've ever had that, oh, I wish someone told me this years ago feeling, this is the episode you want before you list your business, not after. Georgia's deal market is busy right now, but it's also, I'll say, pretty unforgiving for anything half baked. Lenders and buyers are more suspicious, and the days of just throwing up a big price and hoping for the best, that's just over.
Exactly. And let's talk about that magic number myth. We hear it all the time. My buddy sold for fill in the blank, so I should get at least the same. The reality is, buyers don't care about your number. They care about cash flow, risk, and whether a bank will even touch the deal. If you inflate ad backs or lean on some friend's story, it just backfires. I just had an owner in Atlanta, lovely guy, but he got absolutely fixated on what his friend supposedly got last summer. Wouldn't drop that price, referenced it in every meeting. 9 months later, not a single serious offer. When he finally relisted closer to market, it was, well, heavily discounted. And honestly, the momentum was gone by then.
Yeah, those inflated ad backs just don't hold up. If you can't prove it, if it's not in black and white on the statement, buyers just walk. Or worse, dig in on diligence until everything stalls. And let's be honest, messy books make everything harder. Like, I've seen folks mixing business and personal stuff, still doing cash sales off the books, and then they're shocked when buyers disappear.
Right. And buyers compare listings. They're looking at yours next to three others. If your books are messy, if your ad backs are a little too creative, you get labeled as not serious. There's almost no way to recover that first impression. What we see again and again is that clean, realistic financials and honest pricing build trust and momentum. Anything less just wastes time.
Let's shift a bit to when owners wait until the absolute end to sell, usually when burnout has already set in. I think a lot of people hope things will magically get better, but man, you can smell burnout a mile away. Tired owners, bad numbers trending down, stuff falling through the cracks, and buyers see it all. You can tell them stories, but banks and acquirers price based on evidence. If your P&L start nosediving, your leverage is basically gone. I'll say it. The seller who calls us after running on empty for 2 years usually leaves millions on the table even if they don't realize it.
It's true. And burnout's not just a feeling. Buyers notice it in the walkthrough. If the owner's answering questions with, I just want out, or seems foggy on details, red flags go up. The other big one is dependency. When the whole business revolves around one person, everything slows down. Documentation and delegated leadership are like gold. If all the knowledge is in your head, that's a discount. If you've got a team running things day to day, that's a premium. We see that 20 to 30% bump in valuation, easy, just because risk is lower and the handoff is smoother.
And sometimes it goes beyond burnout. Maybe the owner's just attached, right? There was a deal last year, great service business, and the guy, honestly, he just couldn't let go. Waited and waited, and while he was on the fence, margins thinned out, competition got sharper, and by the time he finally decided to pull the trigger, the numbers weren't what they were a couple years before. I want to say he left a couple million literally just evaporate. And it's tough because you get why people are attached, but the outcome suffers.
And documenting those processes, getting middle management involved, even moving customer relationships from the owner to the brand, it all helps. It's kind of like prepping your business not just to sell, but to thrive after you're gone. We keep coming back to that. Document, delegate, and don't wait until it hurts to ask for help. Let's talk about those diligence landmines next. So, slow, incomplete responses in diligence, missing paperwork, unclear inventory, weird things with working capital. That's what grinds deals to a halt. We see it all the time. Buyers losing patience, lenders asking for the same thing 3 times. Suddenly, everyone's tense. If you're not ready, you get fatigue, emotionally and in terms of momentum. Even things like not understanding the working capital piece, like thinking you'll keep all the receivables in cash while the buyer expects fuel in the tank to run operations, can turn into last minute shouting matches at the closing table. Mistakes or vague disclosures just create opportunities for mistrust, and you can lose a deal hours from closing.
And let's not forget the classic list it and they will come myth. I mean, I wish it worked that way, but throwing your business up online and hoping for a flood of great buyers? Nope. Strategic marketing, targeted outreach, industry confidentiality, broker driven processes, all of that matters. Weak marketing means weak offers, and honestly, it's how a bunch of good businesses end up with lowball suitors. We had a case where a business was quietly shopped, broker ran the process cleanly, bundled all the disclosures up front, and guess what? That competitive tension drove the price up, not down. Totally opposite result compared to the throw it on the website and pray strategy.
Yep, and owners who prep clean data rooms, answer diligence questions before the buyer even asks, and get ahead of all the awkward conversations, they finish strong. It's not glamorous, but it's what real competitive deals look like. If you want the best chances, honestly, if you want the best sleep at night, start prepping 12, even 36 months ahead. And if you're not sure how to begin, just reach out for an assessment. At least then you know where you stand and what'll move the needle.
Exactly. So if you take anything from today, don't wait. Don't just hope for magic. Be honest, be organized, and get good help. Claudia and I have seen every version of a messy deal, but we've also seen some great owner outcomes when people prepare right. If you want more on what we talked about, check out our previous episodes. We get nitty gritty on things like working capital, owner dependency, all of it.
And if you're sitting there realizing you've got some of these messes to tackle, don't stress. You're not the only one. That's why we're here. Reach out for a confidential chat. We're happy to help. Ramsey, thanks for unpacking all 10 lessons with me today.
Thank you, Claudia. Love these conversations. We'll see you next time on Transitions. Take care, everyone.
Bye, Ramsey. Bye, everyone. See you soon.